you so much for being here, and if you're new here, hello. My name is Ashley. I run things here at Okro Gal, and it's Monday. Well, it's Sunday for me. It's Monday for you all, and that means it's time for another keto grocery haul. That rhymed. That was not planned. That totally rhymed. It's time for another keto grocery haul. I'm really excited for the haul today. If you're new here, I like to kind of chat in the beginning of these, and then we jump into everything that I picked up today. So if you don't want to listen to the chatty part, that's completely fine. You can skippity skip on ahead to the time that is down in the description box. That is when the haul will actually start. So like I said, it's Sunday. We have been having a great weekend. Yesterday, the weather was kind of funky yesterday. It was warm. It was like 78, but it was overcast. So that was weird. But we went to the beach. It was so much fun. We used yesterday's lunch as our cheat meal for the week. We allowed ourselves one cheat meal weekly, and we had it yesterday. We went and picked up Mexican food before we headed down to the beach. The beach was insane because it's that time of year. As like San Diegans, or I should say probably as someone that lives in like a tourist destination, it's so nice when it's like off season. Once, you know, end of September rolls around, we all do a little happy dance because all the tourists are gone and we can find parking again. So it was really fun. It was really busy. And it was kind of nice that it was like hot, but the sun wasn't beaming down. We were there for like 3 hours. Daisy had the time of her life, slept like a rock last night. And today she is with my sister. I dropped her off around 11. It's currently 1:30. They went out to lunch. They walked around this little like marketplace. They picked up my parents from the airport. My parents just got back from a trip. And then they were gonna go down to a local dock and look at fish. So Daisy, as well as us, we're all having a great weekend. It's just really nice to have, you know, a break today. And I ended up doing my grocery shopping by my sister's place. There's like everything over there at Trader Joe's. I went into Ulta, I went to World Market, I went to, where else did I pop into? I think that was it. But it was just nice to go to like a different grocery store, and I went to Starbucks and got my train to green tea, took my sweet old time and walked around. It was just like really, really nice. And if you've done the math on that, yes, I am filming this haul extremely late. I threw a lot of this stuff in the fridge and then took it out to film the haul just because I had some things I had to get in order before I actually filmed it. Anyways, now that I've downloaded you guys about that, man, these glasses are, guys, I love these grasses. I love these grasses. I love these glasses, but I think I've mentioned this before, my ears are not even. Like, they're not crazily uneven, but if I wear certain glasses, you can really tell because they don't sit straight on my face, and these are one of them. So I don't need to know in the comments about how my glasses are crooked. I'm very self-aware. Okay, anyways, enough of that. Before we jump into the stuff I actually bought today, I did want to mention a couple products that I got off of Netrition, and I also wanted to talk about the Built Bars. I mentioned that in last week's haul, which I will throw in the cards in case you want to see it. You haven't seen it yet, that I placed both of those orders and they came midweek. So I'm really jazzed on both of those orders that I placed. I'm not gonna do a whole like Netrition haul, but I am gonna touch on a couple of the products that I have tried and my thoughts on those. So let's go ahead and jump in. We're gonna start with the stuff that I got on Netrition. The first one of which I don't have, like, tangibly have. I consumed it and then threw away the wrapper, but it was the Shrewd Food, no idea what they're called. I think protein crisps maybe. They were brick oven pizza flavored, like little puff balls. They were delicious. They were a great snack. The texture was fabulous. The flavor was there. No funky aftertaste, and definitely checks that box of needing a crunchy, crispy snack. I loved them, and I will definitely be purchasing more of those. All right, so next up, let's talk about the Sola granola. So this is the Sola vanilla almond granola. It is absolutely delicious. The net carb count is right. I have had it just by itself, kind of as like a dessert, and then also in a bowl with some almond milk. I picked up some Too Good yogurt to try it with that, and I'm pumped. Now, this does have maltitol in it, and I just watched Erin's video this morning. Long story short, Erin over at Erin Does the Keto got a bunch of Sola stuff sent to her. She realized a lot of it had maltitol in it, and she was confused because they claim to be making products that aren't gonna raise your, you know, sugar levels. And so she went to their website, and in their FAQ, they essentially state that the amount they use is so little that, excuse me, it has no effect on like your glucose levels. So whether that's true or not, I don't know. It does say on the ingredients list that it's less than 2% of maltitol, so less than 2% of maltitol is used, so who knows, but it's delicious. It's 5 net carbs, a serving, and a serving, that's for the 2/3 of a cup serving, and I'm excited to try this in some yogurt. All right, next up, Chalk Zero. I have been wanting to try this for quite a while, and I'm so excited. I'm so glad that I did. I'm so glad that I did. It is delicious. It reminds me of the like milk chocolate Lily's chocolate, only because that chocolate to me tastes like you shouldn't be eating it. Like, it tastes so good that it's like, how in the world is this keto friendly? So this is a serving size. They come like this. I've been keeping mine in the fridge. And for this piece, we're looking at 150 calories, 15 fat, 3 net carbs, and 3 protein. Ingredients are stellar: milk chocolate, corn fiber, coconut, monk fruit, sunflower lecithin, and Madagascar bourbon vanilla beans. That's it. I cannot recommend these enough. This is the coconut one. So it has coconut pieces in it, and the coconut is almost, it tastes like it's candied. It tastes like very crunchy and sweet, and it's just so good. It's so good. Okay, and then the last Netrition thing I want to talk about are these. These are the Smart Buns, and I was so excited to try these, and they did not disappoint. Did not disappoint. They are so good. This is what they come individually packed. They are so good. We had them with turkey burgers, and I could not get over what these tasted like. I'm honestly blown away by these. So macros on these per bun: 72 calories, 3.5 fat, 0 carbs, zero carbs. It's 16 carbs, but then 12 fiber, 4 erythritol, and then 10 protein. Like, I want to have these forever. Like, I want to have a box of these in my freezer, like, consistently. If you're curious about ingredients, we're looking at water, a fiber blend, eggs, erythritol, whey protein, sunflower oil, cellulose gum, natural flavors, spices, potassium chloride, salt. I mean, come on, you guys. I can't with these. These are just so good, and I was slightly concerned because they're not crazy high in fiber. I mean, you look at any bar, protein bar, it usually is gonna have more than 12 grams of fiber, but I don't know, it's a pretty decently dense bread. It does have 12 grams of fiber. I guess I was concerned it was just gonna like sit like in my stomach. Did not have that problem at all, didn't mess up my stomach, nothing. So wow, highly recommend. So those were just a couple things I got from Netrition. Again, that wasn't everything, but I did tell Cernan, like, I love that you can get everything in one place, and I love that you only have to pay one shipping and handling price. And I know that that's like downtown, as my mom would say. My mom always says downtown when she like repeats herself over and over. I've said that in like many a video. I've said it on Instagram, but I like that because if I were to buy this, and then this, and then this, like, those are only 3 items, and that shipping and handling adds up. And yes, you can get free shipping and handling for a lot of companies, but you can't just buy one granola, like you gotta spend 30 bucks or whatever, you know? So I just think that Netrition as a company, it's just a really good outlet for those of us that don't want to pay those shipping and handling prices over and over and over at 7 different companies to get 7 different products. So that's that. Next up, I do want to talk about the Built Bars. So, oh my gosh, these are so good. Guys, these are so good. Now, I got the the mixed box where you get to pick your own. So I got the vanilla chocolate cream, salted caramel chocolate, orange chocolate cream, coconut chocolate cream, mocha chocolate cream, and the mint brownie delight. Those were the flavors that I got. There are 15 bars in here. Was there 15? I'm not sure. I'm not exactly sure how many bars were in here. It might have been 18. Would that make sense? I don't know. I don't know how many were in here. Anyways, I got the mixed one where you could pick your own, and they're absolutely phenomenal. Now, what's interesting is that this morning, it's actually really interesting because Erin posted that video about the maltitol, and then Keto Connect posted a video about these, which also focused on the ingredients. So it was just all meant to be today, I guess. Now, so these do have maltodextrin. It's at the end. It's like all the way down here, right before you get to like the natural flavor and citric acid. So it's at the end of the ingredients list. Because I mentioned in a video, in my What I Eat in a Day, that it tastes like a candy bar, and someone was like, yeah, because it is a candy bar. It has maltodextrin, which is like, has the same effect as sugar. And I don't disagree with her, but macros wise, and the fact that the maltodextrin is so low, I personally don't have an issue with these. And that's really the only reason I bought them, knowing that maltodextrin was in there, is that it's so far down on that list. I thought it was really interesting, the Keto Connect video they posted this morning. It was like a whole video of them reviewing everything, but their thumbnail has the Built Bars and it's titled like, is it keto or something like that. So what Matt over at Keto Connect said about these really piqued my interest. So he said that he was kind of the same as me. He was like, the maltodextrin doesn't bother me. It's so far down on the ingredients list. But when you look at the macros, which are 110 calories for the whole bar, 110 calories, 4 fat, 5 net carbs, 15 protein. He said that like macro breakdown, like fat to protein ratio, plus being like a lower calorie bar, can spike your glucose. So I thought that was kind of interesting, because I think all of our kind of first reactions would be like, maltodextrin, it's sugar. But it might, it's not always that. It could be that macro breakdown. So he said it a lot more like put together, if you will, than I did. So definitely go check that video out if you've been thinking about buying these but have been kind of on the fence. I love them. I'm obsessed. Sometimes I only have been eating like half of a bar. I usually have them for dessert. I keep them in the fridge, and I will probably be rebuying these. I just think that they are like next level. I definitely think if Matt was saying like he wouldn't be able to keep these in the house because they taste like a candy bar. And I definitely think if you might have an issue with keeping things in your home that are just like too dang good, you might not want to pick these up. But I definitely plan on rebuying. We are not like bar people. I usually just buy a couple and keep them in the pantry for like emergencies. But the thing I like about these is that I feel like because of the taste, they kind of double as like a bar and a dessert. And I'm just kind of obsessed. All right, so that's that on all of that. So let's go ahead and jump into today's actual haul. I will show you my list, show you everything I got, and then tell you how much I spent. All right, here is my list for the week. So this week I am going to be cooking out of the Southern Keto Cookbook. Thank you, Leanna. Leanna is a subscriber who so generously sent me the Southern Keto Cookbook. I'm going to cook out of it and attempt to film those recipes, so we shall see how that goes. So this week we're doing biscuits and gravy, coconut chicken, pizza stuffed peppers, taco soup, breakfast, and then taco soup again because I think it's like 8 servings. And then for lunches this week, I'm doing the same as last week. I have a ton of pre-made stuff in the freezer, and that's what we will be consuming. I've kind of been on a snacking kick, meaning that I don't want like the egg bake or the Mexican bake. I used to be really into like having a legit meal, like a dish for lunch, and now I'm all about like, I want the salami and cream cheese and pickles and yogurt, and so that's kind of what I'm doing. And then Stern's gonna have stuff out of the freezer. We have veggies, we have aisle stuff, drinks, dairy, and meat. All right, let's go ahead and start with Trader Joe's. I picked up 4 bells for those pizza stuffed bell peppers. Yellow bell peppers are my absolute favorite if we're talking about like eating the actual pepper. I like that flavor the best. Diced onions, some kiwis and apples for Daisy, and some cilantro. In the dairy department, I picked up some shredded mozzarella, a large thing of heavy whipping cream, some eggs, and 2 things of cream cheese. In case you're curious, the Trader Joe's cream cheese is 2 carbs per serving, which is not the greatest, but that's where I was, and that's what I needed. I picked up fish sticks for Daisy from the freezer section, as well as some corn. Meat, I feel like I got a lot of meat this week. I got 2 pounds of the 80/20 ground beef. I got this Volpe gourmet pepperoni. I really like this brand, and this, like, the way that they cut this, I love this pepperoni. I needed breakfast sausage, and this was all that they had. So this is what I got. It's Lynx, but I'm just gonna treat it like it's not and just break it up and cook it that way. And then I needed just some like regular sausage, so I opted for the hot Italian sausage. Next, from the aisles, I needed almond flour. I have been out for a little while now, and I've been having to use coconut flour whenever I run into like something where I need almond flour, and coconut flour is not my favorite. So I finally picked up some of that. Some vegetable broth. I picked up some of the traditional marinara. This is 5 net carbs a serving. 2 things of diced tomatoes, 1 thing of tomato sauce, and then I picked these up. So I had been buying for a while, even if I had to go like midweek to do it because I didn't go during my actual grocery trip. I have been getting the Dilly Bites pickles. Man, this camera does not want to focus today. And they have 2 carbs in them. Even the beans, even the, they do the like pickled green beans, those also have 2 carbs. So I picked up these instead. I like that they're the sandwich slices because I put these on my pieces of salami. So I like that they're thin. They'll lay right on there on top of the cream cheese. And I just think I'm gonna stay away from the Dilly Bites for a little while. Not because 2 carbs is like the end of the world, but I'd rather have that 2 carbs go to something else when I can buy other pickles that are 0 carbs. And then just the last few things here. I picked up 2 bottles of wine. I got this, I've never had this before. I'm not gonna attempt to pronounce it. The Reserve de, I guess I am, Chastel Tavel. It's like a darker colored rosé. It was like the Trader Joe, like employee pick or whatever. And I liked the description. Anytime I see sweet when something is described, I run the other way. And this did not have sweet in the description. So I picked that up. Y'all, my camera is like not wanting to focus. There's just too much to focus on. There's like so much going on here. Haha. Then I got the M. Chevalier Brut Cava. Y'all have seen this 80,000 times. And some of these like greenish, I guess they're green. I was gonna say greenish yellow, green mums. Then I had Stern and Stop at Target because I really wanted yogurt. That was like the main reason. And then I also remembered these were on my list. So some muffins for Daisy, 4 of the vanilla 2 Good yogurts, a can of diced green chilies, and then this is just the Market Pantry carb conscious tortillas. I really like these. I would dare to say I like these over the Mission tortillas. They're not as like fluffy, and I like that. I like that they're a little bit on the drier side. They're great for making quesadillas in a pan with some butter, and I'm really enjoying those. So I got that. And then the last stop that I made was just a World Market stop. I got the hot and zesty chili lemon peanuts, and then these. This was not on like my plan of things to get. I wanted the Epic brand chili lime pork rinds, but they didn't have them. They only had barbecue, which I'm not a fan of barbecue coated anything. So I picked up the blackberry habaneros. Still love them, just not what I went in for. I also bought, Cernan went to Costco and picked up a flat of LaCroix and a thing of Diet Coke for himself. We don't do that often. We don't do that often at all. Maybe like, excuse me, every 2 or 3 months we get a flat of Diet Coke from Costco, and it's not because it lasts that long. It's because we just don't normally have that much soda. We're not huge Diet Coke drinkers. I usually buy Zevia for Cernan, but honestly, price-wise, it just couldn't be beat, and sometimes you gotta do that. You gotta cut corners where you can, and so we did buy those 2 things. So I'm gonna factor that in with my like end price this week. So I spent 87, I gotta try to remember, 87 at Trader Joe's, 12 at Target, 7 at World Market. So that puts me at 19 and 87, so that puts me at 116. No, 106. and then 23 at Costco. So $129 for the week. I am completely content with that. I got a lot of meat today, you guys, like a lot of meat. And I'm completely satisfied with spending that much. If you're new around here, my max I'd like to spend is $160, but I always like to be in the $120 to $130 range, and which I am. So it's all good. So if you guys like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you're not subscribed. Drop me a comment down below. What did you pick up this week? Did you get anything fun, anything different? What are you making? And yeah, I will go ahead and catch you guys on Wednesday for what I eat in a day. Bye, friends.